Rome Speedway for tonight's 50-lap Rome Showdown, sanctioned by the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Sponsor, 40-year-old Jimmy Owens, here he comes. Gotta be 13,662. Third quick time, 13,742. 13742. Third quick for Jimmy Owens here in Group A. Out at turn 4, lap 2, Jimmy Owens. And it is new fast time. 13,617. He did it. The runner of the Dixie Shootout quick time so far. He's a driver that was 3 laps away from his first Dixie Shootout win till he broke a wheel. Chris Madden out of Gaffney, South Carolina. The Lindquist Clements powered Emmerich of Gaffney Swiftco. The 201 at Knoxville, Tennessee is Billy Ogle Jr. Chris Madden in the 44 car. 13,420 for Madden. Chris Madden, quick time, 13.420. Billy Ogle Jr. first lap, 13.493. Man, I know. Well, what a way to start the night off. I know last night, probably a sleepless night for you. 3 laps away from the shootout victory. Tell everybody, we know what happened, but in your own words, that had to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was definitely heartbreaking there. We've been trying to get that win there for about 3 years in a row. We run second one year. We was running second last year and blowed on the white flag lap. And then last night we broke a wheel, coming to the white flag. And it was definitely a heartbreaker. We love racing there and love racing here. And, we've always run good at these places and looking forward to tonight.
Any indication that the wheel was going to break? You obviously probably had no idea, did you?
Nah, it was shaking about 2 laps before. I was just hoping that we could hang on.
And you and Jimmy, I think it would have went right down to that checker. He was giving you a good race. You guys drove a good, clean race, though.
Yeah, he was, he had the bottom working real well for him, and my car was good, the middle to the top, and I think we could have held him off for the win.
How about this track got faster and faster? The top 4 qualifiers all were about the last 5 or 6 qualifiers.
Yeah, I think some of the other guys tried to run around the top, and it was a little crummy by the time we went, so we was just trying to make a good smooth lap around the bottom.
Well, let's see tonight if you can make it to lap 50 if you're in front. I know you'll stay there, won't you?
I definitely hope so, thanks.
Good luck, Chris. Chris Martin, ladies and gentlemen.
Connor Jones, Chuck Page, Austin Smith. All right, here we go. Heat race number 1 for our drivers in our limited late model division. This will be for our limited late model feature later on tonight as they head up on the back straightaway. Looks like Chris Fennell out of Dallas, Georgia. Out in front as he comes off turn number 4. Alan Brewer, Oliver Gentry in second, third. Blake Smith, Plant Duke right behind him. Duke, he'll go to the high side to get around Blake Smith, but to no avail is Oliver Gentry. Working on the bottom as they exit turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Alan Brewer got her dialed in as they displayed for the number 4 car of Blake Smith out of Rome, Georgia.
And Sheila Cantrell from Canton, Georgia.
All right, here he goes, Fennell. Back in front of that Dixie double file restart. Gentry on the high side. He and Brewer, it's a drag race up the back chute. Oh, Gentry coming on strong, but Brewer got the spot down on the bottom. Chris Fennell out of Dallas, Georgia. Oh, he'll take the Twin Towers to task as they come down on the front straightaway. Chris Fennell, he'll take the white flag. Alan Brewer, here comes Oliver Gentry and Plant Duke in the 01 car. And Chris Fennell, first time in a long time, he'll take the checkers. He'll start on the front row. Alan Brewer, Oliver Gentry, and Plant Duke will round out the title category, limited late model. Here we go. I know Rucker Orr's on the high side. Matt Dooley down on the inside. Don Jenkins, Vernon Smith, and Jay Carroll. Oh, they whistling Dixie is the kid out of Brooks, Georgia. Matt Dooley in the lead. Rucker Orr, Don Jenkins, Jay Carroll, Vernon Smith, they all laying right in there as they head up on the backside and up the back chute. Great late model from a couple of weeks ago, guys and gals. Let's go. As the kid from last night down at Dixie Speedway, Matt Dooley out of Brooks, Georgia, going to town up on the backside, putting on a show, putting on a clinic for him as they come off turn number 4. Rucker Orr. There goes Don Jenkins, Jake Carroll, and Vernon Smith out of Rome, Georgia, back behind the wheel. But the youngster out of Brooks, Georgia, going to town here tonight. He did it at Dixie. He's going to do it at Rome. Gooch ain't here. But here comes the kid, Matt Dooley. He takes a white flag. Big winner last night at Dixie. Can he make it 2 in a row here tonight at Rome as he heads up in the long chute? He'll come off turn number 4. That black and white flag will be looking at him square in the eye as he crosses the start-finish line. Rucker Orr, Don Jenkins in the West Georgia Fence Company. Jake Harold out of Dark Corners. Ooh, Dark Corners, yes. All right, great late models from a couple of weeks ago. Oh, yeah, the motors sounding good and working good here tonight. Scott, whoa, we got one up against the wall. That looks like Johnny Clore out of Chatsworth, Georgia, in the 41 car. He got up on the high side of that retaining wall, rode it for just a little bit, but he has definitely got some issues with that car. It's one of the Kubotas from Mason Tractor Company out onto the speedway. So unfortunately, we see the demise of the number 41 of Johnny Clore. All right, here we go as Coltrane will bring him off turn number 4. Scott Hall, Clark and Chuck Payne, father and son battling it out down in the corner. Hunter Jones right in amongst them as they head up the backside. And one more time, they're going to put it together. Coltrane and Scott Hall doing a little bit of dance down the front straightaway together. 3 wide up the backside. Austin Smith in the number 11 down on the bottom. We got a Page car up on top. That looks like Chuck Page on the high side. Oh, let's see, the number 8 car heading up on the back straightaway. Bill Coltrane, former track champion, that went away from the sport a few years, I don't know, I guess about 7, 8 years ago. Got completely out of it. Somebody said, hey, come on, give me a hand. That's what he did. Ended up buying that car. So Coltrane will bring him off turn number 4 and down on the front straightaway. Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia, in that car number 11, trying to reel him on in over on the back straightaway. Hunter Jones out of Canton, Georgia, in the 54 machine. Once again, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the Wiles Drive Chef. He raced number 1, gentlemen, into the lanes right now. Trevor Thompson out of West Virginia in the number 23 car, trying to build up a little bit of steam because, hey, here comes your leader, Coltrane, heading into turn number 2 and up on the back straightaway. Coltrane might be backing off just a little bit to save his power plant. Somebody kicking up a little bit of dust down there is Coltrane, Scott Hall. John Dunn down on the inside apron. Austin Smith trying to reel him in. There goes the driver out of New Smyrna, Florida, Carter Stokes. Looks like we got one pulling into the pit area. Looks like going to be the number 57 car of John Dunn. Called tonight in our feature event for our great late model from a couple of weeks ago. Carter Stokes continues to make hay while the sun shines as he gets him a lot of seat time here tonight at Rome as Coltrane now begins to try to pull it away. Flag going to come down for Coltrane. Out of Freeholm, Georgia, up on the backside, stay away from those back markers as he comes off turn number 4. The checkered flag in front for Phil Coltrane. Out of Freeholm, Georgia, Scott Hall, Mark Page, Hunter Jones, and car number 8. Dingus Griffin out of Alabama in that car number 8. So he'll round out the top 5. The Rose Speedway winner's circle, and he'll give a shout out to Coltrane as they come up. Numbers in the pit area, gentlemen. I need you ready to roll for your feature event here in just a moment.
Race fans, hey, I tell you what, our crate late model feature winner in the makeup feature event from Rome Speedway. First of all, Phil, congratulations. 8 times this year in Victory Lane. Good job, buddy.
Man, I tell you what, things really been going good for us. We've been awful lucky, and a lot of folks to thank. Billy Coley and my son Jarrett and my family and Tim Hicks and the Hendren Bunch and Mike Fark, Genesis Shocks. He really done us a good job. This is the first race I've won here since 1999.
Wow, hey, congratulations, Phil. Good to see you back, buddy. Good.
Thank you.
Hey, race fans, hey, our crate late model feature winner race, the makeup, Phil Coltrane, Johnny. And dropped down, and Jimmy Owens went on the win, and then went to KC Raceway in Ohio the next weekend to the Dirt Track World Championship and clinched the title. But no sweat, he wants to win the last 3. He won last night at Dixie, tried to win it on their own. And that Dirt Track World Championship crown jewel of it in a couple weeks in Portsmouth, Ohio, but all eyes on the Rome Showdown tonight with the O-Show and the youngster Aaron Ridley alongside the winner. Starts on the pole tonight at Rome. Here we go. And Owens is going to grab the lead. Now Jenkins makes a move on the inside. Luther Jenkins down the back straightaway. Martha trying to get it going to 5B as they come out at turn 4. It's the O-Show leading Johnny in a turn number 1.
Oh, I'm telling you what, Lou Jenkins. Oh, he had to do a little bit of backpedaling there for just a moment or so. Man, he knew that really did a lot of damage to that car. They were 3 wide coming off turn number 4 as they headed to turn number 1 and number 2. Oh, the nightmare. Oh, man, he's doing it tonight here at the Rome Speedway. Aaron Ridley, Luther Jenkins, and Mikey Marler, and Frank Ingram. Man, I'm telling you what, he's been trying to get that car dialed in and ready. She looks a whole lot better tonight than she looked in a while. Going at the big dance here tonight for the Rome Showdown as they head off turn number 2. This is the O-Show.
Well, doubt about it. He's got his car under Mike Reese and a Tazewell, Tennessee in the house tonight. Right now, Jimmy Owens picking up where he left off last night with the lead. Ridley second, Jenkins third, Marler fourth. They are way ahead of the rest of the field. Ingram, Blackman, as Landers struggles here in the back, trying to get it going. Right now, Jimmy Owens. 6 down already, 4 to go. Aaron Ridley, Mike Marler is going at third. Marler some difficulties last time the Steve Francis got into it. Marler right now trying to grab a second from Ridley to turn 3, Johnny Clark.
And the Newport Nightmare continues to roll on. Here comes Marler, getting around Ridley down on the front straightaway, kicking up a little of that red Georgia dirt down in turn number 1. Mikey Marler on the move in that Bryson Motorsports car. As they come off the corner, Luke Jink is proud of him, man. I'm telling you what, tore a race car a month ago, got a good run going tonight here at Raw.
And good, so is Ridley, and that Ridley chassis, white flag, Jimmy Owens final lap. Dominating at a turn 2 down the back straightaway. Top 4 events. As Jimmy moves by, Jason Croft on the turn 4, checkered flag, Jimmy Owens dominates. Convincingly winning Wiles Drive Shaft, number 1, Mike Marlowe, Penny second, Aaron Ridley third, Luther Jenkins fourth. The top 4 will go to the scales to make it official, grabbing third, the 3 car out of Alaska, Georgia. How about it for Luther Jenkins? Third of the 81 out of Chatsworth, Georgia, Aaron Ridley. Second to go to the 5B out of Winfield, Tennessee, Mike Marler. And you winner the Reese Monument Company, Gann Appraisals, Redline Oil, Midwest Sheet Metal, Sunoco Race Fuel, CNC Trucking, Hoosier, Kaiser, Oleans, Cornet Powered, Bloomquist number 20, out of Newport, Tennessee. How about it for the Newport Nightmare, ladies and gentlemen? Your winner, Jimmy Owens.
Dirt Series here tonight.
It's a nightmare for the rest of the field.
Like straight away. The O Show. Man, don't you know, I'm seeing a lot of green out in the grandstands here tonight at Rome. So here we go. The field now coming off turn number 4, Scott Bloomquist out of Mooresburg, Tennessee. Oh, he's another one of those drivers that try to maybe out for a little bit of redemption from last night down in Dixie. Looks like maybe Tyler Reddick not going to be able to make the show. So we'll bring him into turn 3 and 4 and get them ready to roll. Waiting for, hopefully, the next go-round. Be able to go greenies.
And 10 laps, the top 4 to the Rome Showdown tonight here at Rome Speedway. It's super fast. And Bloomquist and Blankenship will lead him a line. Johnny Clark with the call.
All right, Bloomquist coming out real quick like in the hill. Oh, here comes Blankenship on the high side, but Bloomquist, oh, puts him right behind him, exactly where he wants everybody. Ray Cook down on the inside of Casebolt. Clinton gonna come with him. They're 3 wide up the backside. Clinton got way down on the inside apron. Had to backpedal a little bit. Well, look at here, Tyler Millwood. Oh! Going to town up on the backside with Blankenship. Wheel to wheel, hub to hub, doorpost to doorpost. Coming off turn number 4 down on the front straightaway. Tyler Millwood.
At 21 years old, they're parked together over the pit area. They come out of 2, they're still wheel to wheel, Millwood on the bottom, Blankenship up top. The boss of Team Zero continues to lead, but a dandy for second here at 8-2, Johnny Clark.
Hey, everybody got our eyes on the X and the 23 car. Blankenship and Millwood barreling up on the back straightaway. Clinton getting up into the loose stuff over in turn number 2. They still going at it. 5 laps on the board. 5 more laps to go as Millwood and Blankenship continue. It's not a battle anymore. It's a war coming off turn 4.
Blankenship right now, car length the advantage. Millwood third, 4th is Cook, 5th is Casebolt, 6th is on the stretch, 7th is Plant. Meanwhile, Bloomquist, that Roush shades forward. It's been a while since he has won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event. Trying to get it on track here tonight at Rome Speedway to wind up the season. The next to last race of 2012, Johnny.
And Bloomquist once again on lap number 7. Come up on lap number 8 here on the front straightaway. As the Twin Towers going up, Blankenship now taking a little bit of command over Millwood down there in turn number two rather, as the white flag will come down for the Murfreesboro, Tennessee driver, Scott Bloomquist, as he motors up the back straightaway. Blankenship hanging on to the second spot. As Bloomquist coming off turn number 4, the checkered flag flies up underneath him as he crosses the stripe. John Blankenship, Tyler Millwood, Ray Cook, Steve Casebolt, Little Joe Armistead, Shane Clanton, Ricky Williams, and Mario Gresham. That'll be the way they come across the start-finish line to finish the U.S. Steel Heat Race number 2.
And the top 4 go to the scales to make it official. Grabbing 4th, the 53 out of Brownstown, North Carolina. How about it for Ray Cook? Good run for the 21-year-old. 3rd in the X car out of Kingston, Georgia. How about it for Tyler Millwood? 2nd to go to the 23 out of Williamson, West Virginia, John Blankenship. And your winner, the Base Racing Fuel Lane out of body of Lucas Oil, Sweet Manufacturing, Hawkeye Trekking, Olene's Weld Racing, All-Star Performance, Roush H. Bloomquist 0 out of Mooresburg, Tennessee. How about a big round of applause for your winner, Scott Bloomquist?
Ready as Heat Race number 3, and that's going to be the Simpson Performance Products Heat Race number 3. On the track, our flagman, Phil Osborne, atop the flag stand.
That will be ready to go, Madden. In the Team 0 by Bloomquist car, the Warrior of Jason Hyatt. Then the 2 Lucas Oil regulars. 4th and 2nd at the point, Steve Francis and Don O'Neill. 15 and was already in. Owens is in. And you know Francis and O'Neill, they did not want to repeat it last night. They don't want to have to take provisionals. They were the provisionals last night, was O'Neill and Francis. Here we go, green flag.
Jason Hyatt out of Alabama got Madden in front of him. Francis and O'Neill behind him. Hill also in the hunt as they come off turn number 4. Smoking that down the front chute as they head into turn number 4.
And down the back straightaway on that berm is Francis. He'll make the move on Hyatt. Francis will go to 2nd. In the Valvoline, Mary Ridehouse car. As they come out of 4, Hyatt now. We're trying to track him back down. O'Neill runs 4th. 5th is Dylan Wood. Wood trying to get his first Lucas Oil Late 100 Series event. Meanwhile, Francis hanging on for 2nd as Madden pulls away. Chris Madden, that Clements powered 44 solid to get here tonight.
The Kentucky Colonel, Steve Francis, into that 2nd spot. Don O'Neill and Jason Hyatt.
As we say, through the elbow.
Yeah.
O'Neill elbowed Hyatt out of the way.
And in the racing thing, we just call it trading a little paint.
A lot of hot air, Johnny. We can't see out of the booth. Here comes Madden. Out in front, Francis trying to catch him. O'Neill 3rd. 4th is Hyatt. 5th is Wood. 6th is Jake Knowles from the tail. Winners on the outside of the front row tonight alongside the O Show. Right now it's Chris Smoky Man with the lead. Francis trying to catch him at 15. Francis, we mentioned, as we say in racing, from the penthouse to the outhouse in a week. The winner at Knoxville a week ago for $40,000. The last night at a take a provisional at a DNF involved in a couple of accidents last night. And right now, trying to track down Madden with 3 to go here at Heat 3. To go, he's tracking him down, but he may run out of time. Madden, white flag, 1 to go. Francis trying to track him down, Johnny. Then it's O'Neill. And then Hyatt, final time around here at Dixie Speedway. Francis has made up a lot of time. Madden had too big of a lead, though. As the 37-year-old of Gaffney, South Carolina takes the win. Francis 2nd, O'Neill 3rd, and Hyatt is 4th. He'll go to his first ever Lucas Oil race. Well, those top 4 will go to the scales to make it official. Grabbing 4th will be transferring his first ever Lucas Oil race to 1J out of Oxford, Alabama, Jason Hyatt. 3rd to go to the 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana, Don O'Neill. 2nd to the 15 out of Ashland, Kentucky, Steve Francis. And your winner, he's in the Clements Powered Hammocks of Gaffney, Swiftco, Century Plastics, Extreme Customs and Cycles, Henderson Amusement, All-Star Performance, VP, Elite Concrete, JRI, KC Transport, Harleyville Truck Stop East Coast, Entertainment. Bloomquist 44 out of Gaffney, South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for your winner, Chris Madden?
Front row, Ogle and Jonathan D. in the Georgia Boot Special. Tony Knoll, a fifth place finish last night down at the home of the champions down at Dixie
The late model dirt series, but still trying to get his first series win of 2012. So it's Billy Ogle Jr., the second generation driver, and Jonathan Davenport, the front row. The fourth and final heat for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Johnny Clark, they're on lap one.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Billy Ogle and Davenport heading up on the backside. TK right behind them in that third slot. Earl Pearson Jr., Eric Wells, Michael Page, Cat Daddy, Brian Reese and company, all as they try to make up ground up on the backside. Tony Knowles moves up into the number 2 spot, heading up into turn number 4. Earl Pearson Jr. trying to get around to the Georgia Boot car. Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia.
A little bit loose out there, isn't he? They're going to tighten that baby up because he's lost 2 spots here at the start. Pearson all over. Meanwhile, Michael Page disappointed in not making the show last night at Dixie, where it's the track champion this year. Right now, trying to get it done in Rome, but he's got a ways to go. As the top 4 continue to be Ogle. Tony Knowles is 6th place in the Dixie Shootout. Continues to run solid this weekend with the 26 car, Johnny.
And Clint Smith out of Sonoma, Georgia. Up on the high side, trying to find him a groove that'll catapult him into that top 4 position. But he's having a tough go at it as we approach the halfway point for Billy Ogle Jr. out of Tennessee.
On the back straight away, Ogle Jr. continues to show the way. What a great race that was back in August with Scott Bloomquist, the 2 East Tennessee veterans. Lucas Oil Reagan and Hall of Famer Scott Bloomquist and Billy Ogle Jr., multi-time track champion in East Tennessee. Ogle got that win, one of 15 different winners this season in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 3 to go for Ogle Jr. Tony Knowles continues to run second in that rocket. Davenport third, Pearson is fourth. Billy Ogle Jr., he's won here a couple of times, not been there all that much in his career, as they have 2 to go out of turn 2.
And Billy Ogle Jr. will head up into turn number 4, and when he comes off the corner, he'll be greeted by the white flag. 1 to go. Tony Knowles, what a wonderful weekend he's had, has made the big show. Both nights. Last night down in Dixie, tonight here in Rome. Billy Ogle Jr., he'll take the win. Tony Knowles, Jonathan Davenport, Earl Pearson Jr., and Eric Wells will round out the top 5 here tonight here at Rome Speedway.
Top 4 go to the scales to make it official. So grabbing 4th in the 44 car to Jacksonville, Florida, to be Earl Pearson Jr. 3rd place goes to the 15 out of Blairsville, Georgia, Jonathan Davenport. 2nd of the 26 out of Tyrone, Georgia, it's Tony Knowles. And your winner in the Larry Garner Rocket Custom Engines, Massey Electric Company, Cherokee Millrod and Mechanical, Grady King Construction, Geo Services, Stowers Cat, Blunt Excavating, Matlock Decal Company, JT Kerr Insurance Partners, 201 out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for your winner, Billy Ogle Jr.
Head up over in turn number 3 and 4 as the field getting ready to roll. Green flag going down here tonight at Rome. Shane Smith out of Rome, your 2012 track champion. He moves up in the 4th spot, but first, gonna get a complete restart. And that looks... Another melee down there in turn number 1 and number 2. Blaylock also involved in that deal. And we'll bring all the Kubotas from Mason Tractor Company and all hands on deck down in turn number 1 and number 2. Man, those Kubotas know what they're doing when they come to Dixie and Rose Speedway. And I'll tell you, let me invite each and every one of you to check out Mason Tractor Company. All right, your 2012 track champion and the Econo Bomber, Shane Smith, gonna try to go out on a winning note here tonight at Rome Speedway for the Showdown. Wes Scott in the 17, Tyler Williams, Justin Shipley, and Seth Lacey. Up on the backside, that number 4 car, Shane Smith, continued to wheel and deal, patting onto that lead. Coming off turn number 4. Wes Scott in the 17 is Justin Shipley, moving up into the number 2 spot as he heads up the backside. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to maybe catch up with your leader, Shane Smith. But Shipley, big winner last night at Dixie. Can he make it 2 in a row here tonight? Man, he would love to have a caution flag. We got a little wheel cover down on the front straightaway from the local newspaper. Thank them for that wonderful article that they did on Rome Speedway, and we got them spinning down here on the front straightaway with the number 99 car. That is Corey Wright out of Rome. Down from Phil Osborne as they come off turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Shane Smith. Oh, picking them up, putting them down, and here comes Shipley. And looks like we got another deal down there. I think that is Tyler. Shipley. Oh, yeah, green goes down, and here we go. Justin Shipley in that 08 car. He moves up into the, looks like the number 2 slot behind Shane Smith and Shipley. Now got to try to chase down your leader is Corey Wright in that 99 car. Got a rear quarter panel rubbing up against that right rear hooser. Bub Thomas, if you're in the house, I'd love to see you. Lap number 10 on the board and Shane Smith. Out of Rome, Georgia, no doubt about it. Everything is going his way up on the backside, and Justin Shipley, there ain't nothing he can do as he heads up into turn 3 and 4. And down on the front straightaway, Shane Smith getting a lap closer to that all-important checkered flag here tonight at Rome Speedway. Roger Pilcher, Ricky Latham. He'll go to the high side over in turn number 2. To try to get around that number 39 of Roger Pilcher up on the back straightaway. Oh, as my buddy used to say, man, they spray it for skeeters. Over in turn number 2 with that number 99 car, Corey Wright. There ain't no doubt about it, that car number 4. Of Shane Smith. He is the man up on the backside. He'll come off turn number 4. And he'll take that white flag. Shipley doing all he can, but don't think he can do anything as the caution flag coming out. But he'll get yet another shot as we got one that is looped it down in turn number 2. So Shane Smith will lead him off turn number 4 and down on the front straightaway. Shipley going to give it everything he's got, but I don't believe he's got enough to get around that car number 4 of Shane Smith out of Rome, Georgia, your 2012 track champion in the Economy Bomber Division. White flag going to come down. This is it. This is just the way that Shane Smith wants to do it. Wants to go out with the track championship and the win in his own backyard here at Rome Speedway for the Rome Showdown. Shane Smith taking the win, followed by Justin Shipley, Seth Lacey, Wes Scott, and Chris Blaylock to round out the top 5 here tonight here at Rome Speedway. So congratulations going to car number 4, Shane Smith out of Rome. Shipley will finish up in second, and Wes Scott will wind up in third here tonight on our Coca-Cola scoreboard over in turn number 3 right now. Hey, we want to get ready for the JRI Shocks B-Main.
Hey, I tell you what, our Economy Bomber feature winner, Shane Smith. And Shane, first of all, congratulations, buddy. Good job. Let me give this to you. We got to kind of keep things moving here, but real quick, who helps you get here?
I'd like to thank God, first of all. I'd like to thank my dad. And I would like to thank Harold Smith. We worked all night getting this thing ready. You know, we ran into some problems last night with transmission and everything. We finally got it back together. But I'd like to thank all my fans, friendly, and everybody who helps me out.
All right, brother. Hey, good job. Congratulations, track champion this year.
Thanks, sir.
All right, buddy. You bet.
All right, here we go. B-Main number 1, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. WAP. And then we'll be back in action in 2 weeks for the the Red Buck Dirt Track World Championship presented by Bartlett Blue. 50,000 to win at Portsmouth, Ohio. You can go on our website, lucasdirt.com. Advance tickets on sale through one of the 8th that finished at Dixie in the Lucas Oil Dixie Shootout. The veteran Frank Ingram on the pole. JRI Shocks B-Main number 1, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is underway. You have a lot of drivers looking to get into their first Lucas Oil race of the season. Shane Clender 3 wide as Brindle. It's the worst end of that one as he gets moved out of the line there. Out at turn 4, bound to the lead, side by side. The 9s, the F9 of Ingram, the C9 of Casebolt. Clayton quickly to third. Clayton had a good car last night. In fact, running in third to the turn 4 wall at the Dixie Shootout. Trying to bring that Kennedy Motorsports capital. They almost trying to go 3 wide out of turn 4 right there. Side by side, Ingram and Casebolt into 1. Clayton runs in third, Armistead is fourth. In fact, Hanger trying to make it 3 wide. Ricky Williams down to the front straight with the veteran. The 17 car of Fayetteville makes the hard left turn to the infield. Out of this one. Will not be in the show tonight. Armistead 4th, 5th is Landers. Landers doesn't get it. He will be a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series provisional. Second in line right now by Tyler Reddick for that. Meanwhile, Clayton running the berm on the inside. Kicks up the loose dirt as he battles with Ingram. The 2 Georgia veterans into 1 as Casebolt has the lead. Dirt Late Model 3, one of the C9, former Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series regular. As Clayton will go to second now. Clayton climbs to second around Ingram. Ingram didn't like that too well as he gets to the right rear quarter panel. Now Ingram has to worry about trying to make the show. Right now he's third spot. He's in, but he's got some heat coming up behind him in a couple of cars. Landers in the 5, and the veteran Joe Armistead in the 21-8. His first Lucas Oil race in several years. For the Sonoma, Georgia veteran, and right now he's all over Ingram down the back straightaway. 6 down, 6 to go. And Armistead on the line. Here comes Landers. Landers will try to squeeze in, and that won't work because they get together and they spin around. And still going is Armistead. Armistead is still going. The caution is out. Landers stopped. Armistead kept it going. How about that? As Landers got in there too hot and heavy and jumped the berm and right into Armistead. They both went sideways, spinning. Landers stops. Armistead kept it going. How? I don't know. In front of the rest of the field. The pits, your third place car. The multi-time track champion at Dixie Speedway to the pits. In 40 laps in the heats, 4 heats of 10 laps without a caution. Our first caution of the night in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. How about that? Case Bowl to lead him out of 4. Clan to follow. Here we go. Now Brindle's trying to recover. Should make the show last night. They try to go 3 wide for third. Croft to the inside. Former champion at Dixie Speedway, out of racing for 10 years. That 9 car, the Capital 9 on the bottom of Brindle. Armistead a solid third right now out of 4, hanging on. Now to turn number 2 down the back straight. Jason Croft into 3 as they come out of 4. It's Case Bolt showing the way. And the C9. That's winding down. Brindle and Croft have got to go now. Jason Croft will take the 4 spot in the 9. He's got to get 1 more in Armistead. Brindle trying to make it work up top. They're still side by side for 4th. That won't get it done though. Here we go coming up. 9 in the books. Let's see if they can team up and try to catch him. Meanwhile, Armistead pulls away into 3 as Clinton closes in on Case Bolt. Out of 4. 2 to go for the Indiana veteran. Black coming up next time around. Armistead, he's got to have his hands full here. He's trying to hang on in his first Lucas Oil race in a long time as they come out of turn 4. Case Bowl to be the first to take the white. Shane Clinton second. Joe Armistead third. Brindle fourth. Croft fifth. Blackman sixth. 7th is Gresham. And they come out of turn number 4. DJ Hayes off the pace. Checkered flag. It's going to go to Case Bolt, your winner. Clinton second. Armistead third. 4th is going to be Croft. 5th will be Blackman, 6th Brindle, 7th Gresham. So the top 3 will go to the scales to make it official. They'll be in the Rome Showdown tonight. Grabbing 3rd spot in the 21 out of Sonoa, Georgia. How about it for Joe Armistead? 2nd spot will go to the 25 out of Fayetteville, Georgia, Shane Clinton. And your winner in the Arizona Sport Shirts, American Racer Tires, Sunoco Race Wheels, Integra Cornet Powered Masters Built. The C9 out of Richmond, Indiana. How about a big round of applause for your winner, Steve Case Bolt.
All right, Crate Late Model Heat Races. Gentlemen, I need you into the lanes, please. Crate Late Model Heat Races for tonight's event. Gentlemen, I need you into the staging lane now. Crate Late Models in the pit. Let's go. Get rolling. As the field heading up on the backside, Dylan Wood and Eric Wells on the front row. We'll take the head down the front chute. Jake Knowles didn't get a good start, but he's right up there with him as he heads up the backside. We'll bring him to a halt.
Well, Dylan Wood, the youngster out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida, trying to go to his first ever Lucas Oil main start tonight in the Dixie Shootout Blue Attire. Here we go. 12 laps, Johnny. Top 3 to the Rome Showdown. Here we are.
All right, they head off turn number 4. Dylan Wood, Eric Wells on the front row. Good start as they head up on the backside. Man, we've got another drag race up into turn 3 and 4. Dylan Wood and Eric Wells. Jake Knowles, he's up into the 3rd spot. Clint Smith, Tyler Reddick rounding out the top 5 as they head up on the long back straightaway.
Eric Wells, that Wells Motorsports, David and Connie Wells. Team 0 by Bloomquist Ford. Leads Dylan Wood and Jake Knowles. Clint Smith on the outside looking in at 4th. Can Tyler Reddick get it going? If not, he will be a provisional tonight along with Jared Landers. But right now, Wells will lead Wood out of 4.
So Eric Wells, Dylan Wood, 1-2 down the backside, and Jake Knowles trying to get into the big show here tonight, here at Rose Speedway as he heads off turn number 4, trying to starve off one of his next door neighbors, so to speak, as they motor up the back straightaway.
Wells again, 10th of the points, trying to race his way in. I wanted to use an emergency purpose line, which he would be if he doesn't win this race or finish in the top 3. Dylan Wood second. Jake Knowles is on third. Smith, Reddick, Big Hill. David Payne back there, had a good run last night, continues to struggle here tonight at Rome. Unusual driver won Thursday night at Tri-County Speedway in Brasstown, Murphy, North Carolina.
Looks like Brian Reese aligned with Michael Page, calling it a night here at Rome Speedway in the second B main event. As crate late models in the pit area, gentlemen, I need you into the staging lane. Crate late model heat races, gentlemen, I need you into the staging lanes now.
Eric Wells continues to pull away that Roush Yates Ford. Looking for his first career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. Gets in, he will start on the outside of row number 9 here tonight as they come out of turn 4. 2 to go for a victory for Easy, they call it. Into 1. He's got a straightaway lead over Dylan Wood, John.
All right, as they head off around this big half-mile playbank, racing over the Twin Towers, going up for the number 18 of Eric Wells. The white flag will wave high and proud as the leader heads up on the backside. Eric Wells will head into turn number 3 and 4, and he'll be looking at that checkered flag here tonight. He'll be into the big show here at Rome. Dylan Wood, here comes Jake Knowles, Clint Smith, Tyler Reddick, Jody Knowles, David Payne, Michael Asbury, and we'll bring him on around the bend as right now we get ready to roll for the drivers going in our crate late model heat races. Heat race number 1, gentlemen, let's get them to the lanes, let's get rolling.
Okay, the top 3 will go to the scales to make it official. Grabbing third will be the 66 out of Tyrone, Georgia, the Chad Smith Rocket. It'll be Jake Knowles. Second, making his first ever Lucas Oil start in the Todd Wood 1W out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida. It'll be Dylan Wood. And your winner in the Convenient Lube, Cox Wrecker Service, Expression, Floral and Gifts, Base Racing Fuel, Aleen's All-Star, Wilkinser Foundation for Autism, Roush Yates Ford, Blomquist 18 out of Hazard, Kentucky. How about a big round of applause for your winner, Eric Wells?
Out of Tennessee. On the backside, Coltrane picking right back up where he left off on the feature event. As they head off turn number 4, here comes that car number 5. Oh, that is Logan Yates out of Linville, Alabama, or Lineville. Working on Coltrane down in the corner. Carter Stokes out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida in the 33 machine. Right behind him going to be the number 20 car of Brandon Rapp out of Calhoun, Georgia. Trevor Thompson in the 23. Hunter Jones out of Canton, Georgia in the 54 machine. As the caution flag coming out, we got one on the inside apron. Over in turn. So, late model dirt series drivers, let's get rolling. You are up next. After the crate late model heat race, guys, let's get going. Got one up, Trevor Thompson out of West Virginia, going up into the marbles over in 4. Yeah, but he recovered nicely as that puts Hunter Jones up into that number 5 spot. As your leaders coming off 4, it's Coltrane. Logan Yates right behind him out of Lineville, Alabama. Who's it going to be? Up the backside, it's Coltrane. Coltrane will lead them in turn number 3 and 4. And Coltrane will take the checkers, followed by Logan Yates, Dylan Wood in the 33 car. Or excuse me, Carter Stokes in the 33. The number 20 car of Brandon Rapp. And so we'll wait. Our flagman in green goes down for Austin Smith and Scott Hall on the front row. Matt Smith in the 15 may try to get a little bit of a running start, but the youngster out of Rockmart just looking for a lot of very valuable seat time right now as they head across the start-finish line. They're putting lap number 1 underneath our belts here at Rome. The Showdown, that'll be next. Need you drivers into the staging lane. For the Showdown here in Rome, Georgia. Race fans, the Rome Showdown is going to be next. Right now be a good time to kind of get up, stretch the legs up, go by for the Showdown here at Rome Speedway.
October 18th, 19th, and 20th, 50,000.
Little boy down there, buddy, we need you back into the grandstand. Oh, maybe you need to go down to the pits after it's over with. The Dunbenson Ford pace car on, lead them off turn number 4 and down the front straightaway.
Well, 50 laps, Johnny Clark, 10,000 to win, 15 different winners this year. It looked like we might have had a 16 different one, and Chris Madden, laps from the end, the wheel broke on Madden's car, dashing his hopes for his first Dixie shootout. Behind the Dunbenson Ford pace car coming out of turn 4. Everybody up on your feet. A salute to you, the greatest fans in all of auto racing, dirt late model fans. Here in the Southeast, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Rome Showdown, let's give them a big round of applause as they come down the main straightaway. Well, we started with 40 cars here. We've narrowed it down to 24. 50 laps, $10,000 to the winner. What dramatics we had here a year ago. Scott Bloomquist in control. If he would have won it, he would have wrapped up most likely the championship, but a hole in a radiator. And the car overheated, and he dropped out. I believe he finished 22nd, and then Jimmy Owens went on to take the win, retook the points lead, and went on to win it the following week at KC Raceway in Chillicothe, Ohio. 3 to go. Bloomquist will start third. Ogle on the outside. Marler, Francis. We're about to line them up. Ready to go green. 900 horsepower, 9,000 RPMs. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Next to last event in 2012. Jimmy Owens. Chris Madden, a pair of Bloomquist race car entries on the front row with the boss of Team Zero inside row 2, and the rocket of Billy Ogle Jr. alongside. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rome Showdown is about to go green with Phil Osborne. His green flag is out. We are underway, Johnny Clark.
up on the backside. The O Show. Set to sail for yet another checkered flag to make it a winning weekend in the state of Georgia. Coming down on the front straightaway. We get a full lap in. Everybody looking good. Up on the backside. Here comes Blankenship in the 23 car. He working down on the very bottom to try to get around the number 5 car of Mikey Mahler, Steve Francis, Billy Ogle Jr. Oh, they're going at it over on the backside.
2 and 3 wide through the field. Johnny Clark meanwhile living up 5 car length lead for Owens. Brings it 3 laps in the books. And Bloomquist. 4th is Marler. 5th is Blankenship. 6th Ogle. 7th Francis. 8th is Tony Knowles. As Jimmy Owens continues to stretch out right now. The top 3. All Team Zero cars. Here they go.
All right, here we head up on the backside. Tyler Millwood in the X car. Tony Knowles, they battled all year long. They're doing it in the showdown. Aaron Ridley right behind him. Jonathan Davenport and Don O'Neill. No Neal making a move on the bottom up the backside. He tries to grab a spot as they head off turn number 4 and down on the front straightaway. Steve Francis, he gets around Billy Ogle Jr. for a spot on the board.
Clayton off the pace. The Kennedy Motorsports Capital car off the pace as he drops to the back. Owens continues to lead. 6 laps in the books tonight here in Rome. Chris Madden is 2nd. Scott Bloomquist 3rd. John Blankenship 4th. Mikey Marler runs 5th. And Clayton goes to the pits out of the race, Johnny.
Unfortunate for Clayton. Hopefully another better day. But right now, the O Show. Oh my goodness, up on the backside. Madden right behind him, and then here comes the boss, Bloomquist. Blankenship in the 23 car, and then Mikey Marler will round out the top 5, and no doubt about it, Steve Francis and Ogle definitely on the move up on the backside. It's still Jimmy Owens as he exits off turn number 2 with a good lead. He maintains that lead into 3 and 4 in front of Smokey Madden out of Greencourt, South Carolina. Blankenship right on the tail end of Bloomquist off the corner, trying to find him a spot to get around him for that number 4 spot on our Coca-Cola scoreboard.
11 laps in the books. There's Marler, Francis, Ogle Jr. trying to catch him. They're about a half a lap behind Julian Owens now. As Jimmy will enter traffic looking for his 7th Series win of the year. Last night was career win number 35, which is 2nd to Scott Bloomquist with 45 overall. The most of anybody in the history of this series. As we've gone caution 3 so far as Owens. And now they'll start to close. Here comes Madden, Bloomquist, and Blankenship. 13 in the books for the O Show.
Oh, I'm telling you what, a big battle. Hey, you got the O'Neill, up on the backside. The O Show.
Bloomquist will go to 2nd, Johnny. Bloomquist around Madden. Bloomquist to 2nd.
Look at here. Here come Mike Marler, Steve Francis, and Ogle. A good battle going on between those 3 cars. Tony Knowles, Don O'Neill. Millwood falling back a couple of spots, but here come Ray Cook, the Tar Heel Tiger, trying to get in the top 10 here tonight at Rome.
The disappointment last night, leading in Dixie down the back straightaway. Still in traffic, Dylan went off the pace. So his first Lucas Oil Late Limited Series event will end after 15 laps as they came out of 4. Owens, Bloomquist is there. Here comes Blankenship and Madden. A 4-way tango for the lead to Rome, Johnny.
Hey, Madden up on that high side, over in the corner. Oh my gosh. High, wide, and handsome goes Madden, and Bloomquist will slide in front of him as they come down the front side. Blankenship, he'll go to the bottom. Madden on the high side. They're 3 wide up the back straightaway.
And here they come. Bloomquist trying to protect the spot. Blankenship's going to slip to the bottom. Damage on the 0 car. Here comes Blankenship. Blankenship out at 2 down the back straightaway. Blankenship will go to 2nd. Oh, baby, 18 in the books. As Bloomquist is trying to go to the top shelf out of 4. Here they are. What a battle.
And now traffic begun to be coming into sight as they head off turn number 2 and up on the back straightaway. It's still the O Show. Jimmy Owens as he exits turn number 4 down the front side. Blankenship in the number 2 spot.
John Blankenship started 7th for the lead down the back straightaway in the Rocket, and Blankenship's going to take the lead. John Blankenship takes the lead. Are you serious? 23 is flying.
Man, I'm telling you what, did he make a move on him? And here comes Bloomquist, and Owens has got problems. He falls back to the 4th.
Jimmy Owens in trouble in the 20 car, and the caution is out. We got a car up against the wall in turn 3 and 4. But your leader, does he? He's got a flat tire. It looks like maybe the right, yes, the right rear is flat on the 20 car. Jimmy Owens has a flat tire. But John Blankenship, where did he come from? He started 7th. He is your leader, Johnny Clark.
And the cold car out in front as he heads down into turn number 1 and number 2. So Blankenship will lead him down the front chute with Bloomquist and Madden, Mikey Marler, and Steve.
Last night, as you see Tyler Millwood, a lot of damage on battle for the lead. They were 3 wide. All right, John Blankenship, the West Virginia driver, Rocket Chassis Corvette powered out of turn number 4. Looking for his 3rd series win of the year. He's won in Virginia. He's won in New York. Tournament in Georgia for the first time in a turn 2, Johnny Clark.
And look at Madden. Whoa, on the high side over on the backside, but Blankenship. That cold power working on the front straightaway.
Francis around Marler. Francis up the 4th now. Francis has got a hot rod. Proved that last week in Knoxville. Out of turn number 2, Madden now. Trying to track down Bloomquist. 2 distinctive lines out of turn number 4. It's Blankenship with the lead man. Bloomquist 3rd again. Very exciting.
And look at the real deal. Don O'Neill and Ray Cook, the Tar Heel Tiger, up into that number 7 spot on the board.
Don O'Neill started 10th, looking for a top 5. Challenges Marler out of 4. We're going to go halfway next time around, Johnny Clark. It's Blankenship, Madden, Bloomquist, Francis, O'Neill, and Marler side by side for 5th. Here comes the West Virginia driver.
And let's see what's going to happen tonight is Blankenship padding onto that lead. But you know, last night down at Dixie, if you were leading, that wasn't the place to be. We'll see what happens tonight as Blankenship will lead them off turn number 4 with a commanding lead down the front chute with Smokey Man. Bloomquist, and here comes the Kentucky Colonel, Steve Pratt.
Blankenship looks solid here tonight. Continues to pull away. Getting started at 7th. And Casebolt off the pace of the C9. Casebolt, who had a finish last night. He was one of the 8 remaining last night. Takes the orange front to the pit of Rome as Blankenship brings up black 23 out of turn number 4. And about over 2nd heats up. Madden 2nd. Bloomquist 3rd. Francis 4th. 5th is O'Neill. 6th Marler. Cook is 7th. 8th is Ogle. 9th Pearson. 10th is Davenport. Ray Cook started 15th. He's trying to get better here at the end, and he's trying to get up to the top 5. And they battle for 2nd on the turn 4. Madden and Bloomquist. 28 score tonight.
A good battle going on for 2nd spot up on the backside between Madden and Bloomquist as the boss trying to get around. As they come off the corner, it's still Smokey Madden on the point as those 2 drivers getting them a little bit of breathing room on the backside. Jake knows he'll pull it into the pit area and call it out. Blankenship leads on lap 31. Action in the back. There goes Cook, Billy Ogle Jr., Earl Pearson Jr., and Jonathan Davenport in the Georgia boot car.
Down the back straightaway, we're going to get into some traffic here for Blankenship. That's such a good battle back there. That's a fun one to watch. Matt and Bloomquist, they're side by side of the turn 4 for the run-up spot. 4th remains Francis. O'Neill still 5th now. What about the tire wear? You see some grooves out there in this racetrack. John Blankenship right now is right in the middle of that. Now those tires are going to hold up. I don't know because there's still 16 to go. But right now, he dominates here in Rome out of turn 2.
Matt continues to ride that rail on the high side. what we all call here the Marcella Zone here at Rome and Dixie Speedway on that high side. Bloomquist down on the bottom. The Kentucky Colonel continue to hang on to the fourth spot. The real deal, Don O'Neill in position number 5 as they head up on turn number 4 down the front side. It is still a war between Bloomquist and Matt.
Out about it there, Bloomquist car kind of down the back straightaway. Right now, Blankenship works his way out of traffic, out of turn down the straightaway. 37 in the books, 13 to go. First clear Lucas Oil late on the Dirt Series victory of the season. As he'll battle down the back straightaway. And Jimmy Owens, yes, he goes a lap down. Jimmy Owens in trouble again. He may have another tire going down. As Owens has got a lap down, how about that? Unbelievable.
And Blankenship having his troubles with lap traffic down in turn number 2. Right behind Aaron Ridley.
And for second, Bloomquist will go to second. Bloomquist will take second here. It gets around Madden, then it's Francis O'Neill 5th. 6th is Marler, 7th Cook, 8th is Ogle, 9th is Davenport, 10th is Pearson, 11th. Now they turn number 4. As you see the battle right there, they have the lap car of Jenkins between the 0 and the 44 Blankenship on cruise control down the back straightaway.
And Madden made a dive around Luke Jenkins off in the corner 1 and 2. As they head up into the turn 3 and 4. Francis now trying to once again grab a hold of a position. He's got Madden right in front of him. Bloomquist on the move as he heads up into turn number 3 and number 4 as your leader, Blankenship. Working traffic beautifully, trying to get around Eric Wells over on the back straightaway.
That's some kind of side as Owens riding around out there. He's already got the points in the books. He's not going to go back to Matthew Smith or jump the cushion and Jenkins. He made the race and he's done a good job, but he's a lap down right now as that Coal America's Energy car continues to dominate around Wells. 6 to go. Bloomquist second. Madden remains in third as Francis now will pressure Madden. Now all eyes on third. 15 on the bottom, Francis. 44 Madden up top, down the back straightaway. 5 to go to settle that spot as they come up the turn 4. Here they are.
All right, we just a few laps to go with John Blankenship trying to put him into the winner's circle here tonight at the Rome Showdown. Bloomquist still hanging on to second. Madden in third, and Francis working on Madden for that position on the board. Blankenship, the Twin Towers going up for the driver in number 23 as he heads up over on the bank straightaway. Blankenship taking the wide flag, 1 to go. As he heads into the corner, Blankenship up on the bank straightaway. What a night for the number 23 car, the coal-powered machine. America's real energy as Blankenship taking the checkers. Bloomquist, Chris Madden, Steve Francis, and Don O'Neill will round out the top 5 on our Coca-Cola scoreboard over in turn number 3. And our congratulations.
After starting 16th. Last year at Hagerstown, Maryland, he scored his first ever Lucas Oil race when he started 17th. He started at the front row at State Line, New York in July and won. Tonight, he comes from 7th to win at Rome. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, out of Williamson, West Virginia, John Blankenship did it tonight. Buddy, man, it just can't. That was awesome. Congratulations. What a run, John.
Oh, thanks. It was a lot of fun. we got way too tight in the heat race, and Tom slapped some sense into me over there. We completely changed everything, and Tony put the right tires on, and it drove great. Just kind of rolled around.
Starting 7th tonight. Boy, look at you, had to start in front of you there, and you made your way up there. What a good 4-car battle. You, Owens, Madden, and Bluequist. What a race that was for a while.
Yeah, it was getting pretty hairy early into the race there, and I didn't expect to even be running with them guys. You know, I was just happy to be starting in the top 10 the way I've been qualifying, and they started getting hung up a little in the lap cars, and so I made a move on the outside, got around Madden, and I don't know what happened to Jimmy, but it seemed like as soon as I passed him, he must have had a flat.
He had a flat tire. Now, you made the move. Bluequist went up high and forth. You went right underneath of him, didn't you?
Yeah, I was waiting on him to maybe overdrive it or try a different line, because I figured I could get him if I could get to the bottom.
This has been an incredible year. 3 Lucas Oil wins, 5th in the points. It'll be your highest finish if you stay there. 2nd in the Show Me 100, 2nd in the Dream. What a year it's been for John Blankenship.
Yeah, it's been great. It's all thanks to my crew and my sponsors, X-Coal Natural Resources, Coal America's Energy, got to thank Integra, American Racer, Cornet Race Engines. You know, everybody's got a decal on my car. You know, I really appreciate it.
Kind of wish to start the year over, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. If I could just get rid of that East Bay and that Brownstown, we'd be a lot better off.
Let's thank all the great sponsors. You mentioned Coal America's Energy. Hey, I gave a plug up there a while ago. I gave a political plug. Obama needs to be listening to coal, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, but maybe we can get Romney in there. I don't know. They seem to support that down this way, though. I saw all kinds of billboards saying we need to fire Obama, so we'll see what happens.
Let's thank all the other great sponsors on the 23 car.
Oh, well, you know, like I said, Cornet, Coal America's Energy, Fast Lane Convenience Stores. I got to thank Todd Case Trucking. In fact, he let us borrow his truck a couple weeks ago because ours was broken, so special thanks to him.
Go get him in a couple of weeks, 50,000 at Portsmouth. It'll be pretty nice to way to win in the year.
Yeah, that'd be a great one to win, and I like Portsmouth pretty well, so we'll see what we got.
Congratulations, John, from 7th to 1st in Rome.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to everybody for coming out.
John Blankenship, ladies and gentlemen, his 3rd Lucas Oil win. His first win here in the state of Georgia, and he did it from the inside of row number 4 here tonight. Congratulations.
All right, we'll get ready. We'll get a complete restart as the field coming off turn number 4. They go free wide right off the bat. I don't think that's going to fly either. As Rucker Orr, he found him a hole. He went for it. All right, we'll go to green. This time by is Chris Fennell in that 87 car, along with the 18 car of Matt Dooley, and Dooley picking them up and putting them down up on the bank straight away. The youngster tried to go for 2 in a row. He took it all last night at Dixie. Can he do it tonight here in Rome? Vernon Smith in the 84. He's got some problems with that race car. Way off the pace. Don Jenkins, high, wide, and handsome as they exit turn number 2 and up on the back straightaway. Jake Carroll, he'll work around the number 22 car of Alan Brewer. Matt Dooley in the RSD Enterprises machine. Padding onto that lead. Look at him coming off turn number 2. Fennell up on the high side. Here come Rucker Orr. Once again, Pony Sykes in the pit area. Drivers on each U into the staging lane. Then after that, we'll bring out our crate late model feature. And that'll do it for 2012 here at Rome Speedway. The Dunn Benson Ford Mustang convertible. Young man Dooley. Has he got a house up underneath him here tonight at Rome just like he did last night at Dixie. Now Rucker Orr up on the high side, putting a little bit of heat on Fennell out of Dallas, Georgia, as they work traffic down the front straightaway. Fennell gets around him. Here come Rucker Orr in the 99. And now it's a battle for second spot between the 87 and the 99. Gentry tried to reel them on in over on the backside. Dooley continues to dominate in fine fashion. This is a limited late model feature event. As a kid out of Brooks, Georgia. Kind of down there in Honey Boo Boo territory. Chris Fennell once again starving off Rucker Orr in the 99 is 16 laps on the board. We're about 4 laps away for Matt Dooley to go back-to-back here tonight at Rome Speedway for the Showdown. Blake Smith got some problems with that number 4 car. Fennell still continues to hold on to that number 2 spot, but Rucker Orr is beating on the door as a white flag coming down from Matt Dooley. No laps on the board. We're shooting for 15 and we'll go to green. Shannon Knight out of Cedar Bluff, Alabama, in a 221 car. Up on the high side, they'll try to stack them up 3 wide, and that's what they'll do going into turn 3 and 4. Smith out of Rockmart, Georgia. In the number 23 car. Trying to move up the corporate ladder. Jeremy Millsap in the 25 car. As we've got some changes going on over in turn number 2. Got a couple of cars way off pace over in the corner. Oh! car number 16 of Eric Hoxton. Takes one in the rear end. And I think he's okay. He's out of the car. To take care of is Eric Hoxton, that car number 16. He was just kind of sitting there and got hit from behind. He's out of the car. I know he'll need to probably take a couple of Bayer aspirin tonight. Before he goes to bed, there goes Von Casey in the 28 car. And all of our records are now jumping into place. Traffic cleanup to do down in 4 as we got Eric Hoxton in the 6th. What we want to hit, the season opener. We get ready to go back to green. A big thank you going to all the race fans. We thank y'all. I know it's been a cold night, but we're doing everything we can to kind of speed everything up. Great late models in the pit, and the drivers, you need to be lining up. You'll be coming up here in just a moment. All right, we go back to green as we head into turn number 3 and number 4. They come down off the corner. Eric Granger out of Dallas, Georgia. Set and sail here tonight. 6 laps on the board. We're going for 15. Great late models. We got one here on the front straightaway. Bruce Lovett bringing out the yellow laundry here on the front straightaway. Folks, I got to tell you, we've been around racing for a long time, and all right, Eric Granger picking right back up. Look at here. That number 60 car up against the retaining wall on the front chute. Caution out. So Eric Granger back on the point. Car number 60. He'll tag the tail. He's responsible for the caution. pick him right back up is Eric Granger. Trying to get him a little bit of a lead over Brandon Knott out of Cedar Bluff, Alabama. Travis Smith, the X5 car of Jeremy Ray and Jeremy Millsap. In the right direction, it's still Eric. Keep you on that number 23 card, Travis Smith out of Rockmart, Georgia. Down on the bottom right now, but he is hot to trot here at home in the final stages of our 15-lap feature event for our pony stock division. So we'll go to green with just a couple of laps to go. Eric Granger out of Dallas, Georgia. Looking for a win here tonight. Great late models, line them up. White flag going down. Eric Granger out of Dallas, Georgia. One more lap to go. Checkered flag gonna fall for Eric Granger here tonight at Rose Speedway. Eric Granger out of Dallas, Georgia, taking the checkers. A little bit of debris going down the front chute into turn number one. Here comes Matt Smith out of Rockmart, Georgia. All right, so Eric Granger will pull up a little bit short in front of the Rose Speedway, but nonetheless, we'll get down there and get an interview.
Eric, first of all, congratulations, Pony Stock feature winner. Good job, man. And real quick, who helps you get here?
AED, Dark Horse Diesel, Lord Jesus Christ, my personal Savior, all my family, my wife, all my kids. I really appreciate it.
All right, brother, good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You bet. Hey, race fans, Eric Granger, he's our Pony Stock feature winner.
All right, we're going to green. 12. Coltrane, Austin Smith. Whoa, here we go to green. Coltrane. Caution is out. All right, we'll give it one more shot for Coltrane and Austin Smith. All right, they go dead even on the start. Oh, Logan Yates right behind him. Austin Smith with the advantage, and he tries to drive down on the bottom. Scott Hall in the 85 car. He'll bring it in. Austin Smith, he beat a man as the Pages. Chuck and Mark Page right up there. Here comes the car out of Lineville, Alabama. Logan Yates down on the bottom. Hunter Jones in that number 6 spot. Caution over in turn 2. Looks like Matt Smith out of Rockmart, Georgia, up against the outside retaining wall. And no. One more time. Got issues. So we'll go to green. Austin Smith on the point as they come off turn number 4. Pages, one of the Pages getting around Coltrane. Matt Smith being given the deal to go into the pit area. Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia, got it going his way. On the board, we're going for 20. Caution over in turn number 2. We got one against the wall over in the corner. 2013 Memorial Day weekend here at home. Caution on the backside. Middle of the track over on the back straightaway. Some issues over there. And a good job by our record crew. Austin Smith will lead them off forward. Green goes down, and here we go. Page and Coltrane trading a little bit of paint down in the corner. Like Mark Page in that second spot, Coltrane in third, then comes Chuck, then comes Logan Yates in the 5. Hunter Jones in the 54 cart, Brandon Rapp in car 20. Mark Sims, Trevor Thompson, the 22 and 23 car respectively. White flag going to come down. Austin Smith out of Cedartown. He is the man here tonight at Rome Speedway in our great late model feature event for the Rome Showdown. Checker flag coming down. Austin Smith taking the checkers. Mark Page, Coltrane. Logan Yates, Chuck Page, that'll be your top 5. Thank you, Rome Speedway. Oh, and in a cloud of dust, Trevor Thompson brings the 2012 racing season to a close here at Rome Speedway. Thank you, racing fans. Man, I'm telling you what, it's been a phenomenal year. We thank you for your cooperation. Don't forget, we're getting a mud bog over on the backside, so check us out on the website at www.dixiespeedway.com. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter as well. But for all you race fans, you've been a phenomenal. It's been a phenomenal year. And to each and every one of you, we say thank you for all your cooperation throughout the 2012 season. And whatever you need to know, hey, give us a call. We thank y'all. Keep the Cochran family in your thoughts and prayers as they go through some trying times now with the loss of Sam Cochran this week. And for all of you, we say thank y'all for all your support. Hey, we'll see you in 2013 down at Dixie Speedway the second week in April. For the Swim family and all the crew here, we say thank you. And hey, this is Big Johnny Clark saying so long, everybody. And we'll see you in 2013 down at Dixie Speedway at the home of the champions. Thank you.